I'm TEMPHUiBIS here. I was going to do my Q&A later on in time, but I wanted to do a video today and I didn't really know what to do a video about really, so maybe it'll come to me later on. So here's a Q&A today. Now MrGrimezTheAntiHero asks, what are your thoughts on Marvel Vs Capcom 3? Well, I don't know if there's much to expect here from the second one, right? An upgrade from the second one. The second one was good, yeah. Now, I mean, the only thing I'm expecting for this one is to be more characters that should have been in the second one, like The Thing, a big name in Marvel, like Sagat, big name in Capcom. You know, it's funny you don't have Sagat, but it has Dowsin. Okay, I hate to like, you know, say what should be. Okay, I shouldn't be doing that, yeah. But all right, I shouldn't be comparing. But I believe we just need more characters in it, and then it'll be a perfect game. Second, he asks, are you going to start sending your music to Japan? It's full of opportunities. I really would like to know where in Japan do I sell it. Alright, I've been looking here through a few Japanese record labels. Unfortunately, their websites are Japanese and I can't read Japanese, you know. And I'm not sure which agents to send them to. This is one of the reasons why I kind of want to look for a manager who could help get my music to Japan, get to the right people, and not just Japan, other countries as well, because I want my music to be all over the place. So I'd like to, but someone would need to help me on that one. I'm not sure where to send it to. Now, Jason Moore 87 asks, your memories makes you who you are in life. If you was presented with this decision, what would you choose and why? Your entire family tree will no longer exist, but you will not. But you will not know of this, and you live a rich, happy, successful life, or you save your loved ones, let them live, but you are wiped out your memories, and you, TEMPHUiBIS, die, and you are reborn as a totally different baby, but it's your soul, your choice. Well, I really can't understand the difference clearly between those, yeah? But all I can say is I really don't want my family to die. So, obviously I'm going to have to pick that one. Just don't want my family dead, really. I mean, as much as I want to live as a musician and animator, you know, it's not worth your family dying. Besides, I want my family here to, I want to show my family that I did it. Now, a huge GTA Vice City fan asks, did you vote? If you did, who did you vote and why? I voted for Labour because my mum voted for Labour. I don't know anything about politics and everything like that, yeah. I usually just vote who my mum votes for, or vote who Shadow Lost Arts votes for, because I just don't know anything. I mean, the only thing I clearly know not to vote for is the BNP. Of course, why? Second, do you like the Warriors movie? Yeah, it was a brilliant movie. Yeah. But back in the day, there was a bloody class film. The fighting in there was perfect. The game that was on the PS2 was a wicked game as well. Now, CTFC 92 asks, why don't you have a job? And that, there's actually a lot of reasons on that, you know, right? There should be two annotations, yeah, next to me right now, yeah. Two long videos, they show the reasons, right? Second, what is your favourite UFC fight? I'm definitely going to have to say it's Diego Sanchez versus Clay Guida, because, you know, that was the best fight in 2009. When people were all talking about it, when they kept on showing the same footage about it, I just decided to just watch the fight myself, and I realised why it was, boy. It was a fight where two guys were just showing advanced craziness with the striking, advanced craziness with the grappling, fighting from the grapple. You know, it's like no one was defending each other, they were just going at it. Let me take the punch and I'll punch you as well. Wicked. Chainer211 asks, yes Temp, another film question. Have you liked John Woo films like Hard Boiled or The Killer. I don't think I've seen The Killer, but Hard Boiled was good. It was brilliant. And second one, if Jinpachi returned, would you like it or hate? I'd like it because I always like it when there's more characters you're facing. The situation is I'm always the type of person who's equal. We all need to have what's equal. So you got to remember, all the people who love Tekken 5, there must be some Jinpachi fans out there. So the fact that Jinpachi's not in Tekken 6, they're probably going to hate Tekken 6, and you'll probably find they'll play Tekken 5 more than they play Tekken 6. You know what I mean? And Wrestling Gaming Guru asks, what are your thoughts on Electronic Arts' upcoming MMA game? Do you think Dana White overreacted upon this game before, seeing as how UFC Undisputed is more popular than licensed MMA product? I've seen a few little things on Electronic Arts MMA game, yeah, and to me, well, I need to see something more on gameplay wise. In fact, I need to play a demo. I don't know if there's a demo out. If there's a demo out, I'll probably download it and have a look at it, right? Yeah. The graphics, to me, I mean, I know it's not about graphics, but the graphics did seem very, very rushed. Very rushed. Now, if this MMA game has got good gameplay with MMA fighting as how Fight Night 3, not 4, 3 has got good gameplay with the boxing, yeah, then I'll say it could be a good game. So we'll have to work on that. We'll have to look on that a bit later on. Did you hear that Nintendo is making Naked Intruder 2? Just kidding. If you had to focus upon another genre of music as a small side project, what would that be and why? Well, it depends how different of a genre you're talking about. Because I could turn around and say to you that I'm doing aggro tech, but people may say, oh, it's the same thing. So it depends how different you're talking about there. I want to go a bit more, yeah, into breakbeat. I'm thinking about coming more into drum and bass, and I want to try some dubstep later on. I want to try and move into a bit more harder than what I usually have done. I've done quite a lot of ambient stuff lately, so I do want to move into that. And it may not be a small side project. I may use some of that, yeah, for my next album, really. You know, because my next album is planned to be in conjunction with something here that needs to be a little bit hardcore-ish, I guess. So Martino007 asks, hi there, how are ya? So what's the difference between techno, trance and electronica? Right. Electronica isn't really a genre, you know, it's not quite a genre, technically. Electronica is basically music and made of electronic stuff, right, yeah? What it is, it's like techno and trance are subgenres of electronic music. So whoever does a techno, yeah, they could classify electronica, or they could classify that. You know, they could classify trance as electronica, yeah, because it's underneath electronica. But there's loads of other things that you would classify electronica as well. There's been people who have classified drum and bass underneath electronica. People have classified garage underneath electronica because it's all made with electronic music, right? Yeah. Now, the difference between techno and trance. Techno is more 4x4, you know, more hard synth, like. Trance is more sweep pitch type of it. You know, it sounds more like music here, where you know, you hear like the sound of the air sort of thing, yeah. A lot more reverb is used. Techno could be more like an underground club. Trance could be more in a you know, a type of a high space type club type thing. It's a situation of it's the difference between the sounds and difference between the rhythms. You'll find trance is faster than techno. The thing is, you get minimal techno, yeah, which could sound a little bit of ambient as well. Now the reason why I call my music electronica is because I usually borrow elements from both techno, trance and that, and some people have compared my music to having garage beats with ambience, atmosphere with a techno bass. You know, that's what I do. All of the millions of different subgenres of electronica and electro and electric music here, I tend to mix each of those small subgenres. You know what I mean? And that is where you might as well just call my music electronica. Second, what is the Russian Cossack dance? As in, how does it go? By the way, I used to say his name there. Now, the Russian Cossack dance, just watch this annotation, because this is where you see bare of it. You know, this is where you see bare of it. It's completely filled with all the Russian Cossack dancing. You see it start off with the basic steps, and then you see the next advanced ones coming in. And I can only do the basic steps. Alright. Shinesha10 asks, is it true that Leo from Tekken is a girl? I've answered you that in the live stream, but the question's still there. So, yep, Leo is a girl. I was shocked myself, but yep, Leo's a girl. And what British movies do you think were really good? Kidulthood, Adulthood, Football Factory, Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels. Green Street was brilliant, but it has its but the four I just said, yeah, were brilliant. It sounds like it's raining out there. Squeaky 4cc, any updates on that sleepover you was planning ages ago? I'm surprised you still believe that, man. I wasn't planning a sleepover. It's just that when I was in that live feed, the guy just kept asking. I'm obviously gonna just say, okay, maybe I might do it later. You know, I didn't really mean that, man. There is not gonna be no sleepover. And that. Second, you ever thought of going to the gym? How much can you bench if you go to the gym? Personally, I don't know if I don't know how much I can bench, because I've never been to the gym really. Yeah, I'm not the type of person who could do that type of things in front of people I don't know. I'm a person, you know, who likes to always be on my own really. So I just usually just do all the workouts and everything that I need to do at home. I don't feel I need to be bulky anyway. I feel this is all I need. This is all I can be really. I don't feel I need to be bulky and everything like that, yeah. So that's it really. And that Chinese bloke asks, which short film did you like better, Street Fighter Legacy or Street Fighter Beginner's End? I think Street Fighter Legacy was the best out of them two, because they really proper stayed towards Street Fighter. You know, I actually loved that film more than any other live action film they've ever done. To me, that's clearly the best live action film by a clear mile, and that's only 3 minutes. That's what people are wanting. And you know, Street Fighter's Beginner's End, you know, they done a damn good job as well. Even though I feel Legacy's better, they done a good job as well. Why they done a good job? Because they tried to make it Street Fighter. They want to make Street Fighter for what it is. And you know what? They did it for free. They didn't want to make money from it. They wanted to show people how to make Street Fighter. You know, and that's what, and this is the type of thing that I respect. People who are into it for the fun and for the game and not for the money. That's how I respect. You know what I mean? Now, Wild Child 6J6MC6. First, you asked 3 questions, right? Yeah, I need to let you know, yeah, that it's only 2 questions each person, right? So I had to cut one of your questions down. You can ask it for the next Q&A if you'd like. So I cut his question down, so I'm left with these 2 questions. What's your view on Kimbo Slice in the UFC? Now, my thoughts on Kimbo Slice in the UFC. I think it's brilliant. I think it makes the UFC, it made the UFC even more popular because Kimbo Slice was a big name and it's got more people into MMA than ever. And what I'm shocked about is Kimbo Slice being cut from the UFC. I think he hasn't really got a chance. He lost his match against Matt Mitrione. He done badly. He done terrible. No doubt about that. He done the worst he's ever done. Not gonna lie about that. But that shouldn't have got him kicked out. I personally believe, and quite a lot of people believe as well, yeah, that Dana White was just angry with what Paul Daly did, and he just took it out on Kimbo because he didn't look like he didn't even look like he wanted to throw him out. He sounded like he didn't want to throw him out. He did like. No, but you know, he was just angry with Paul Daly. I just don't think he wanted to. I don't think he wanted to throw Kimbo out. I believe Kimbo, if he goes to another MMA league and really step up his game, really do all the training he needs to do, and really build himself back up, and get him even better than he is, I bet Dana White will get him back into the UFC and really be pure. Just fantastic. And second question, Rampage or Rashad at UFC 114? I think Rampage is going to have this one. Personally though, I don't always just go by that because Rashad has got tricks up his sleeve and his technique is damn good and unpredictable. So I ain't going to just say that Rampage is going to win this, but well, I'm more of a fan of Rampage than I am Rashad, so of course there's a bit of biasness on there. I'm going to just say Rampage, you know, and as like he said, there's going to be some more black and black crime! Now, Joey Real Gamer asks, what do you think about Machida losing his title to Shogun Rua in UFC 113? Did it shock you as well? It shocked me that it was in the first round. To be very honest, I predicted Shogun was going to win, right? Yeah, because he won the last one. Okay, he didn't win the last one because of the judges, but I personally believe he won the last one. Even Machida looked shocked when he won, when the judges gave it to him, yeah? So I was saying, no, you know what? I believe this rematch needed to happen, yeah? So Shogun can get what should have been already his. And he did it. But what shocked me was how quick it was. The first round. That was a shock. You know, so at least Shogun Rua's got it now. So he's the new champion. Big it up to Mauricio Shogun Rua. What do you think about artists that still stick close to their genre roots, like JME, Skepta and Tiny Temper? I don't feel they stay stuck very close to it, because Skepta, the music, I've noticed his music was just changed to a bit more club style, which to me didn't really sound like grime. I feel JME, Sidetracked was just damn fantastic track, yeah. That sounds grimish. I guess he stayed to it. So I feel like, you know, he's doing brilliant. He's not giving up on his own genre. He's showing that his genre can do it, as long as you update it a bit. Yeah, Tiny Temper, I don't think he stayed close at all. Look at his song Pass Out. That's like a drum and bass and dubstep song. You know, that's got nothing to do with grime. He's completely changed it. So, my personal opinion, I mean, it's good when artists do stick to them, but I just feel these ones haven't really stick to it much besides the JME. And last, I got something here from C Gueva 12. I got some Chinese or Japanese symbols there, and I don't know what you're asking me. I tried translating these, and I didn't see that I didn't see what that meant. So you're gonna have to ask me that question in English, man. And that's it, yeah, for the Q&A this time, guys. I'm probably gonna have a video, yeah, on Thursday or Friday, because I want to talk about a certain thing that I might do Saturday or Sunday. So look out for that, guys. That's all I wanted to talk about today. So that's another Q&A and finished. And I'll see you guys later. Love who you are.